What Counterspark tech?
ここ
Maybe
ちゃんと掃
it's
除は
not
し
the
ている
best word now that I think about it. But basically me throwing in countersparks in between enemy attacks. So I've been practicing that a lot with Niten Ichinryu, for example. But I haven't really practiced it so much with a lot of other styles. Pretty much like what I've been doing for most of the time I've been playing the game is this. I just do Counterspark, but I never do this follow-up. So for example, Kaishin Ryu has Counterspark combos, which can be handy. I just haven't used it. Right, yeah, a couple of styles. Oh, the Kaishin Ryus have the follow-ups. But even despite that, like stances like this, there's still a lot of value that they have in terms of getting out an attack when martial skills would be too time-consuming. And I'm surprised by the amount of blood gauge that Counterspark attacks can provide. I expected it to be like very low, but I've sometimes regen so much. Right, it's contingent on enemy movesets, so it's like a whole other dimension of learning. I can already do Violent Gale cancels and Flash Attack I don't know if I can do Flash Attack cancels regularly, but Violent Gale cancel, yeah. That's not that difficult. The Shuriken tech, no, I haven't messed around with it. I've just been practicing so much in the dojo. Shuriken tech, Lisa Flash Attack cancels. Fair. It might be something I consider in the future. For now, I'm just so focused on making sure I understand how to work with what's already, like, some of just the... How do I put it? I'm trying to learn the foundation of the game before going on to tech. Like, that type of cancel tech. Yeah, that's another thing. Can't really use Shuriken in the dojo. That does put a damper on it. I use a lot of martial skills, but I don't really use a lot of the other things in the game. So I want to use the other melee things in the game first. Jeez, damn son. A lot of points. You have a video on your channel going over Shuriken. Shuriken are essential for combo chaining. Holy shit, that's a lot of points. Are essential for combo chaining and keeping ki up. Okay. Bruh. That's a lot of points. Nice. Just casually 10.8k. Not bad. Interesting. I'm trying to understand what I can get away with. You don't like the dojo? Tell me why. The point system is so dependent on doing specific things, and no restrictions just sucks. That's fair. Can't see, don't like it. Shuriken are that important to you? As they are Ninja Gaiden? Damn, okay. I mean, that makes it the staple then. I'm not a big fan of the point system. Like, personally, it's a little irritating. But I think what I like about the dojo is just being able to practice. A lot of damage there. Damn. Loss of 800 points. 4200 is perfect. I think the director was joking about that, about the whole Celtic mythology thing. I don't think he was serious. Hey, what's up, Farseer?
君の全力を見せてください。君の全力を見せてください。これはなかなか。
Yeah, I don't think they're doing the Celtic thing. I think that was more of a joke. It'd be cool. I mean, honestly, like, if Team Ninja gameplay, just make it work, like, just put it in, I'll be cool. I would love to see a Neo 3. Not gonna lie. That'd be awesome. Yeah, I'm starting to get a hang of some attacks that I can double Counterspark or whatever. No, Farseer, I'm not a gawky lord, no. I'm not a gawky lord. There's no gawky thing with me. Just no. How many gawkies in this channel? No, no. Farseer, no. Just no. Damn.
なか
Hey, congrats for playing this for the first time on PS5.
君の全力を見せてください
Neo 3 will have Gaki shift? Get the fuck out of here. Neo 3 Gaki's Awakening? Stop. Pairing in this game is definitely harder compared to Wolong for sure. Oh. What makes you say that? Not that I disagree per se, I'm just curious. Bruh, could I gotten 6,000 more points? 600 more points? I didn't take damage. Oh well.
君の全力を見せてください
Damn.
君の全力を見せてください
Damn it, I thought I nailed that timing. I was wrong.
君の全力を見せてください 君の全力を見せてください これはなかなか お見事腕を上げましたな
In Wolong, you kinda just spam the side dodges until you parry something. Not all the time, obviously. In this, if you fuck up the timing, you just drive straight up. Wolong's still hard, though. Oh, right. Yeah, okay. I can see the comparison. So, in Wolong, yes, you get a ton of spirit from being able to dodge all sorts of attacks. But if you fuck up, it isn't necessarily the biggest of deals. But if, in this game, if I fuck up a Counterspark chain, like, I will get punished severely. So, I think there is that aspect to consider. The other big thing is that when fighting multiple enemies, you have much more safety during the deflect animation of Wolong on top of repositioning. Touche. Here you don't. Okay. Yeah, Wolong kicked my ass too. They have different sorts of feels to them. Yeah, like here you fuck. If I fuck up a Counterspark chain, I'm kind of screwed. Like that's a very painful mistake. It's not something you want to spam. But deflect, still don't want to spam it, but I think, let's see, if I were to try to put an analogy in terms of like Neo 2 burst counter type things, I think in Wolong it's basically treat everything like you're in phantom form. So just So before that, right? I think here sometimes I feel like I have to do more feral form with things, which for some burst attacks in Neo 2 are like very difficult. Very, very difficult to like be able to understand. Because things happen so quickly. Also, Poofer Llama, since you love cats and gakis. No, I do not like gakis. Get that shit. No. Everything after that Farseer ignored. Hey, what's up, Amber?
君の全力を見せてください。これはなかなか。
Crypt Custodian. And Ninja Gaiden 3, Razor's Edge is brute form. Yeah, I suppose with Steel on Bone. And the Cicada Surge. A little tricky that way. Alright, now my technique points are getting higher, which is great.
君の全力を見せてください。
I'm starting to learn this a lot more easily. Great. I say that and I get destroyed. Crypt Custodian, overhead view Metrovania game where you play as a recently deceased kitty cat who has a new job in the afterlife. To clean up the afterlife, this crusty broom. Okay, because it's a cat. Don't worry. Still a little game. Okay. I do like Metroidvania games, so I might.
したな。
I've been gifting Okita balls for hours and still can't get a pinwheel with dragon. Sorry to hear that.
君の全力を見せてください。 君の全力を見せてください。
Damn.
君の全力を見せてください。
Thanks, First Year. I appreciate that, man. But no, there is no Gaki self. Just get that out of the vocabulary.
君の全力を見せてください。
Kinda no damage to this.
君の全力を見せてください。 お見事、腕を上げましたな。 君の全力を見せてください。 君の全力を見せてください。 これはなかなか。 お見事、腕を上げましたな。 君の全力を見せてください。 これはなかなか。 お見 を上げましたな。
Just use fists and I'll do a damage list. Sure. Get the hell, nice points. But I gotta be faster. Channel my inner Kano. Get out of here. The first time I started this in the dojo, I was just like practicing and I just got like 10.8k. Ah. Yeah, Kaiten, sure,
君
man.
の全力を見せてください。
I still need a rematch after all that. Gotta train for that.
君の全力を見せてください。 これはなかなか。
Oh, there's a timing thing there.
君の全力を
Yeah,
見
link
せ
it,
てく
dude.
ださい。
Do you like fighting the Greatsword Woman? Nice. No, Farseer, no. He's already been defeated. You know, Farseer, Kano's already been defeated. he's no. Wow, 270 points? Yeah, that would have, if I had taken no damage, that would have pushed me over 11k. You can cancel every square attack with a Counterspark? Yeah.
これはなかなか。
He, for some reason, looks like he should be baking cookies instead of trying his best to best people in battle. He needs an apron, that's what he needs.
君の全力を見せてください。
I wish, yeah, Flying Swallow, I wish that was in the game too. Oh my god, you guys. Flying Swallow was in the game, apparently. I just had to do that. That's too funny. Just kept picking it over and over again. Damn.
君の全力を見せてください。
It was, yeah, Flying Swallow wasn't like actually in the game, it was just something people discovered. It was an unintentional thing in the game. Borderlands 3 had the same issue.
君の全力を見せてください。これはなかなか。
Bruh.
君の全力を見せてください。お見事、腕を上げましたな。
No damage did. I'd be in good shape.
君の全力を見せてください。君の全力を見せてください。
I'll fight this guy one more time and then I'll before I kind of catch up with chat.
君の全力を見せてください。これはなかなか。お見事、腕を上げましたな。
Alright, so my opinion on the flying swallow being removed is that it's fine in Ronin. I think it's okay. But I don't know the full scope of it. I'm fine with it being removed. If it was exclusive to the Hayabusa for sword or something, or Hayabusa stuff, that'd be a little different. Then I'd be like, well, okay. Like, I could also say it's reasonable to have that. So could you guys, for those of you who played this game when the Flying Swallow was available, what was it like? Could you, like, do it any time? That's what I'm curious about. Because the way that I see it is, like, there's arguments that I could have to keep it in and arguments to remove it. So yeah, just let me know. Because the way that I see that tech being removed is like, I think it was tech only for that stance. Okay. I wouldn't know. But like one hand I could be like I could say, well, flying swallow doesn't really fit in the game because the game is more about those like intense duels, samurai combats up close and personal. So like the aerial combat can be like a premium, but flying swallow, if that's like a staple, that kind of like just that kind of goes against the design vision, I suppose. Right. So there's that. But then again, like a counter argument to that could be, well, you can literally teleport in this game with Gikeryu. All right. This is like, so it's like hard for me to like say that it's like awful. Like it shouldn't be in the game. Like I don't think it should be a thing that can be spammed all the time. But if you play as him as an ally, it's his veiled art. Right, exactly. There's so many crazy moves in the game. So I'm like, is really Flying Swallow that much out of place? So like, I don't know. Maybe they just wanted to be reserved for Ninja Gaiden. Like, I don't know. I believe in like I will say, in a trigger somewhere as martial art. Yeah. So again, I don't know. I can see arguments to keep it in or not keep it in. But then, like we're saying, it's like, Flying Swallow is tame compared to other moves. Yeah, it kind of is. Like, let me just take a look. I'll retry this. Hey, what's up, Shark Zoo?
君の全力を見せてください
Alright, so combats. Let's go to the combat styles. What moves do I think are kind of like over the top? This. Just right away. Over the top, bro. Like, come on. Neo 2's ultimate sign of the cross doesn't hold a fucking candle to this. Like, come on. So they threw that in. Like, okay. They legit took a Ninja Gaiden move and put it into the game. Like, hello, like, okay. That's reasonable. That's fine. You have stuff like this. I'm like, okay. But what do I think is just like kind of a little over the top? That's still grounded. That's fine. Yeah, where was it? British training. It's like crazy jumps. Like, alright, bruh. Right, yeah, exactly. And then now, I was gonna get to that. The entirety of Gikeryu. Like, bruh. Bruh, seriously. Yo, come on. Shadow clones? Seriously? Teleports? Come on. Legit, Izuna drop? Wait, we can have Izuna drop in the game. You can even have an ultimate technique in the game, but Flying Swallow, that's where we draw the line. So, that, like, when I have this type of evidence, I'm just like, bruh, come on. Flying Swallow, you can, come on. Like, come on. It just... And then there's Flying Swallow, and then there's this shit. You get this. Like, come on, bro. Or this, literally, teleports behind you. And it's like, come on. Even like all these like wave moves, I'm like, okay, like it's this stretch this though. Stuff like this, super hop. Wait, what? Dude, I just realized there's a follow-up to Serpent Skewer. Press the button again to repeat. How did I not know this? Okay. Yeah, piercing fangs is crazy. A lot of these are like cool, but okay. I'm trying to find one where I'm just like, bruh, this feels so out of place, but I still want it in the game. Dude, this move is so good. I love this move, man. These are all like appropriate, so I can't really work with those. This is fast. That is such a fast move. Yeah, I don't know if any of these feel out of place. But they all feel appropriate. Saber. Banshee Flash. That still looks appropriate. Hatch an Underworld drop? That would be so cool. Well, it's still appropriate. This move is so cool, though. Banshee Flash is really good, yeah. So cool. But, alright, bro, they legit throw in Lunar Staff. Lunar Staff. Because, why the fuck not? Izuna drop, and then they give... Like, come on. The fact that they have Izuna drop in this game, ultimate techniques from Ninja Gaiden can't put in, like, Flying Swallow. Like, get the fuck out of here. Let's not forget Bayonet. But I don't know if I think Bayonet is all that unreasonable. That's cool. Yeah, but no yell. Alright, great sword. Still reasonable. Still reasonable. Still reasonable. Yeah, that's still reasonable. Still works. That's fast. Still cool. Just chuck your greatsword. I think it worked enough. Oxtail. I don't know if anything in Oxtail really struck me as like too out there, to be honest. Does the Flying Swallow in this game have little to no startup time?
君の全力を見せてください。
What set bonuses? Oh, let me show you. I'm using a lot. I have a lot, courtesy of the Yasakani equivalent. So Mighty Warrior, take less damage, more tankier. Some Commanding Champion, which helps. Just like various set bonuses for things. And then Prodigious Dragon and Ferocious Tiger. How do I recommend farming them? Honestly, I didn't put much thought into it. Whoa, he hit me from there, damn. Will I play Stranger of Paradise at some point again? Maybe. I got to Rift 201, but it's just like, I'm not sure how, like, I don't have that much fun with it yet right now. Different weapons in Stranger of Paradise? Yeah, I would like to as well, but being able to do it on like with Fenia rifts gets frustrating. Grinding is like my least favorite thing in video games. I hate it. I just want to be able to pick up and play, like I'm doing in Ronin. Like, with Ronin, I can play pretty easily. I can just like swap the weapons and I'm good. Never ever play Monster Hunter then? Yeah. I'm like, I don't want to grind for loot. I hate grinding for loot. I used to play like World of Warcraft like 20 years ago. Such a long time ago. I hated the loot grind. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with shitty drop rate. %1% drop rate for a gem you need for armor pieces and weapons? Fuck that. Should I skip university and spend the night playing Ronin? Probably not. I was able to do all the solo missions without a build. Really? Or hold on, I'm not making sense. I didn't really grind that crazily for my set, and all things considered. I mean, I got lucky with a few things, but I think everyone will get lucky with some things. But the only time I really needed to even use buffs was on Eternal Night. That was it. Beyond that, I didn't use buffs, I just used what I had available. Just playing the game, not farming anything. Oh hey Martini. Yeah, I'm doing good. Good to see you again. How are you doing? So Amber is saying the bayonet bosses are so lame, all they do is run away and shoot, so annoying. I know, it's so frustrating. Which is why I've been trying to figure out, like, how can I destroy them and punish them for running away and doing that. And it's taking me some time to figure out certain things. I could have. If I can just not take damage, that'll make all the difference. Alright, Chicken Burrito, question for you. And I'm curious how you answer this. No judgments either way. So for the gear, you're saying you enjoyed getting those like special loot drops. What about farming for the arts of combat? Was that enjoyable for you? Just curious. For me, it wasn't. But I'm just curious if you're like, yeah, like, if that whole process was fun.
なか。お見事、腕を上げましたな。
Took too long.
君の全力を見せてください。これはなかなか。
Damn.
君の全力を見せてください。君の全力を見せてください。これはなかなか。君の全力を見せてください。これはなかなか。お見事、腕を上げましたな。君の全力を見せてください。これはなかなか。お見事、腕を上げましたな。君の全力を見せてください。
I just still don't recognize that string yet.
君の全力を見せてください。これはなかなか。お見事、腕を上げましたな。
Not too shabby, still could have been better. I'm sure I can get higher than that. When it comes to Neo 2, I think what I'm reading from chat generally is that, yes, there is a loot grind, but it doesn't feel as much of a requirement as, say, it did in Monster Hunter. And I haven't played Monster Hunter. In Neo 2, for me, the most frustrating stuff to farm wasn't the gear, it was to farm the hidden skills. I hated doing that. I hated it. Especially in certain bosses where I had to like fight them like 80 times. It just became irritating. Some enemies I really enjoyed fighting, so it didn't matter as much. Like with Ren, the first time I beat him, you get 2 skills. And I'm like, that's great. That's fine. That's awesome. Even in the dojo here, getting the skills is like, I actually prefer the way we get unlock skills, unlock styles in the dojo. It's like, you beat the dojo master, you get to do what he does. That like makes sense. So I was like totally cool with that. Or in some cases to learn more from a boss, like you upgrade their bond. And I'm like, that's fine. So it like feels fairly achievable. When it comes to the loot, I think for me when I'm playing video games, and this is just my preference, I'm okay with farming like gear and stuff like that, but like I don't want to have to like slave over it. I don't have to depend upon this gear to like make sure I enjoy the game. And and that's what I kind of felt like happens in Stranger of Paradise, especially on Lufenia difficulty in the rifts particularly. It's just like a build check at that point. So my skill, so to speak, is not really a major factor in being able to get the most out of the game. In Neo 2, that isn't really the case. Even with the arts of combat, like I could still at least practice and learn things. But it's like I just didn't like the skill grind, period. And so if basically it comes down to like if I don't feel like I really have any healthy sense of control in my video game, it just kind of like sucks. It's like, okay, I could spend like tons and tons and tons of time, tons of effort, tons of strategy, all this, all that. But ultimately, I'm entirely dependent upon some random luck factor in order to get what I want. And that really sucks. So, and if the entire pathway to that is boring for me, then I'm not going to bother. And even when I do get lucky with the loot, which happens from time to time, I'm not like, oh my gosh, that was so awesome. I'm just like, oh, thank God, I'm done.
君の全力を見せてください。君の全力を見せてください。君の全力を見せてください。
That's fine, Chicken Burrito. Everyone has different preferences. That's what you like. That's what you like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight this guy one more time. No, we're close enough. I think for me, like, I'm okay with gear grind in certain games. Like, Borderlands, I'm okay with. like Cass and I would play Borderlands a lot, and farming was actually hilarious because we always had like this, like she could farm infinity guns, for example. I remember the first time we played Borderlands, when we were playing Borderlands 2 and we started farming for legendaries. Um, I was trying to get an infinity gun, and I had heard that like the drop rate for it was just like painfully low. With her luck, of course, she gets it the first fucking try. She got a slag infinity gun. She got 3 in a row. I was like, are you kidding me with this? Three different infinity guns back to back to back. I'm like, get out of here. Like, that's just not cool. So it became fun for its own different reasons. Um, and like with Borderlands, the base gameplay was not really dependent upon the legendaries. Like for the most part, I could play the game and still enjoy it without getting the good loot. But once the good loot did help later and does make a difference later. And so like in the Supreme content, it's like, okay, fine. Like in order to be able to tackle them in this loot-based game, fine. Like it was okay. Like I didn't feel that bad. It was like, okay, we can go kill this certain boss and we'll eventually get it. Funny enough, Infinity Gun is not very good in the end game, but still a very popular gun. Yeah. I know. I know Infinity Gun isn't that good in the end game, but for us at the time when we were just playing it, it was so fun. We eventually migrated towards like, what was it? She got the Lyuda and then the B, so we did a lot of that in Borderlands 2. And then Sandhawk B, I know B-Hawk was pretty powerful. Diablo 2 3 gear grind was kind of good or tolerable back in the day. Uh yeah. I honestly like playing games like Diablo 3, like which I have. Honestly got bored. Once I got the loot, it's just like okay, like for example, we're doing Greater Rift grinds season 34. And both of us playing Necromancers, and I think I got to like Greater Rift 110 or something. And then it was like, okay, now I need to start getting Ancients and Primal Ancients and shit like that. But at that point, it was just like, all right, the only thing really stopping me from getting to Greater Rift 150 is me getting good loot and practicing a slightly different playstyle. And that was it. And then I was just like, okay, I don't know if I care that much. So I stopped. And the enjoyment stopped once it just wasn't that fun. The most fun was like, I think the most fun we had was when we would basically, you love the monk in Diablo 3, Crusader was very fun. Oh yeah, Cass played a Crusader and basically it was, I forget the ability, but it was like steed charge. She would just steed charge everywhere and then like lightning would just strike down from the sky in like 500 billion spots. And then everything would just chain together. And it was cool to finally build that, but then like playing that build and then just having just like the same thing every time over and over again just kind of got dry really fast. When I played Crusader like way back when, I remember playing like Bombardment with Thorns or something. But yeah, like after a while, the gameplay in Diablo and 3 and even Diablo 4 just kind of became one note. So there was that. Very nice Farseer. But yeah, some games like I'm okay with the gear grind, other ones not so much. But I think for me, one core component is this basically like, is the gear a requirement for me to enjoy the game, or is the gear like supportive in nature? And I feel like in Borderlands 2, at least when I played it, I felt like gear was an amazing supplement. And it was like really cool, like it was a great enhancement. It wasn't just like the foundation. Whereas in games like Diablo 3, for example, being able to tap into like Torment 16 or whatever, like some of the major gameplay things that people play for, it is a requirement to get like a full set of gear. Like you gotta have that. Stranger of Paradise, right, is kind of the same issue. I can't easily switch weapons, but because in order for me to switch weapons, I have to, at the very minimum, to be able to, again, to play the way that I'd like, I have to say get 400% job affinity with specific sets. Like, I have to. Otherwise, I just don't get the full move set, which sucks. So I'm not really incentivized to switch weapons until I can easily switch builds. And switching builds is a huge time commitment. And it's like I have to grind all the way for that, craft everything well, just so I can like enjoy the gameplay that's provided to me. Whereas say in Neo 2 or Rise of the Ronin, that isn't really a concern at all. Like the foundation of gameplay is pretty much like taught to you pretty early on. It's like Counterspark, do some attacks, and then unlock more shit and have more fun. I think grinding for a hidden skill makes more sense than getting the skill just because you gave a guy some chocolate, immersion speaking. I agree. That's why I like the Dojo format. I like the Dojo format a lot. It feels very appropriate. So it would be like it'd be cool in the sense like the first time I remember I got hooked on the Dojo because I was like, dude, I can learn these bosses and I can get their skills. I can get their abilities. I can get certain things. Like, that was awesome. Like, I think it would have been cooler to unlock... I guess this might have been a design choice that they had to make to incentivize getting people to bonds and whatnot. It's probably like some gaming thing. But I, for one, was like, dude, it's so cool. Like, I beat this boss, and then voila, I get a new ability. That seems kind of badass. So having that like readily accessible was pretty awesome. But yeah, giving someone some chocolate and be like, here you go, here's this, here's the skills for everything. It does seem a little funny. Right. Like and by the way, Troll Animu, the grind for Stranger of Paradise isn't really that bad early in the game. And when I'm saying early, I mean like everything until like the post DLC 3 super serious endgame shit. Like when you get to Greater Rifts, and I'm not even saying Greater Rift, like even the first 100 floors, really no biggie. But then 100 to 200 is when it starts, I start to feel it. Like you can play the entirety of Stranger of Paradise, and you don't need a polished build period for a very long time. It only starts to matter once you start getting access to the Greater Rifts. Or sorry, not the Greater Rifts. I keep calling it the Greater Rifts. This isn't fucking Diablo. Until you get access to just the Rifts. Because it's effectively endless content. Aw, look at her. We've got cats. Look at all these nice cats. Have I got my 4-piece Dragon and Ferocious Tiger forward dodge? Yeah, I do. I already have it. So I got neutral combat and upgraded forward dodge, which helps. I like the Blade Flash attack quite a bit. I have so much loot.
行くんです。
I do appreciate Ronin's dojo for just the pure practice element. I'm like, it's so nice. Like, I can just lab bosses endlessly, and I don't have to worry too much. I don't have to worry that much. Yeah, the dodge does help change the game. Especially if I can get behind an enemy, then they'll just keep sticking to their animation. It makes the game hella awkward. Alright. Who do I want to fight? Shinpachi. This guy I do not know, and I would like to learn. Yeah, I'm just gonna practice. I need to learn how to counterspark him normally. Because I don't know him well enough. I'm just gonna stand here. You're gonna attack. That's tricky. This guy's gonna be quite the learning curve. Yeah, Hanjiro's scarier for me. I like how Shinpachi just stands and blocks like he doesn't have hyper armor. I know, right? Yeah, this is one boss I don't know well. So I would like to learn him. Oh my gosh, it's Red Ronin. How have you been, dude? We're here, dude. Yes, it is Rise of the Red Ronin. How have you been, man? I haven't seen you since like 2-3 years ago on Twitch. What? Counterspark practice? Yeah, so I'm trying to learn Shinpachi. But I don't... I want to do the... Here, I'll just try to show you what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to replicate, and then you'll be like, oh, this is a whole... This isn't just me... You'll see what my end goal is. Who's a good one? Just compare the difference real quick. Here, let me let him do his thing. So hopefully you can see. So my goal is to try to get every boss on some level to get shut down to that degree. Right, like that wasn't even that clean of a fight. But you could see that like there were many moments where I would still fit in attacks in between his attacks. And I'm trying to, but in order to do that, I have to know the moveset of a character enough. And with Shinpachi, I don't have that. I don't actually know the boss on a base level enough to get creative. So I've got to learn like his attacks. Right now they still catch me off guard. Mad combo when? Not for some time. So like I'm still getting hit by a lot of basic attacks. That's not good. Like I can deal with those without like really much trouble. So yeah, I still gotta learn him. Not about, for me, like, it's not about just beating him. It's about humiliating him at an incredible level. Right? Like, I'm trying to, one helpful indicator for me to know that, like, I'm really mastered a boss is the score. So, like, my target is around 11k. I did that with, Isami Kondo on the Greatsword. So that has a helpful indicator, but it's not like a requirement. Farseer, I don't just no. I don't know. So yeah, I'm just trying to make sure I can counterspark basically everything. But that requires me to learn how he fights. If I don't know how he fights, I get destroyed. Too early. Farseer, get that vocabulary out of here. Well, this has been interesting. Okay. Do I always want to blade flash? No, it's just my cancel. You don't have to. In fact, I don't blade flash cancel the Counterspark most of the time. I do it to help me with my own timing. Hey, see you later, man. It does make my next Counterspark come out faster. It does. It does, but I just don't need to. I don't really need to do it that often. I just consider it more of as a reset as opposed to like here. Let me explain it better. The reason I don't cancel the Counterspark for this is because here's what happens. So I have my default Counterspark timing for that exists for everything. The follow-up is what you see here. And each of those two strikes can deflect enemy attacks. So usually what happens is that it already resets me if I time it right. Now what you'll see me do is when the timing from an enemy is like their spacing between their attacks is just off by enough, then I will specifically Blade Flash cancel my action and then restart the Counterspark chain. So there's like some deliberate use in that. But because you're right about the whole like you're right about the whole cancel thing making it faster. But I've kind of learned I don't need to be super strict with timing in certain respects. No time. 4 minutes. Yeah, I did it. I beat him in 4 minutes, guys. No damage points. That's cute. I got a lot of technique points though.
手抜くんじゃねえぞ。
Oh, you saw my cursor? Not bad. Not bad for me goofing off. Alright. Is the pesky fly gone now? No, pesky fly is right here. Pesky fly! You missed the fly? You know there's unique gear in the game that's exclusive to low rank gear? Elaborate, what do you mean? Like attack damage up, damage down on chest gear, and HP damage on hands. Oh, I didn't know that. What's interesting is that now against this guy, Niten Ichinryu, like it's not effective. And doubly so. Like the whole fast countersparking thing with it doesn't actually work that well. It's not even like, at least for what I could see. Try. Well, it worked a little bit there, so maybe I just suck. That move fucks me up. That's the one sequence I want to practice. A little hard for me to see because this like level is dark, and then his weapon kind of blends in. Anticlimactic. I feel like the everything is doubled in the dojo. I deal double damage, I take half head damage. That's not spaced right. You can barely see his strikes. Sword has no easily noticeable trail effect on it. Yeah. Like a lot of things make it unfavorable for me to see. It doesn't it, JJ man? It looks so cool to do the double counter, like the Counterspark, like double. It's fun. Not too shabby. Okay. Yeah, at least the camera isn't as much of an issue here. The leashing is not an issue at all. It's a confined space. I could have gotten 640 more points. Yeah, I could have gotten 11k if I took no damage. That little extra bit of knowledge helps. Putting greatsword into unlabored flawlessness. That chain fucks me up. Jeez. That chain he does where he just like non-stop keeps going. Gosh, his timing is a little It's a little too fast, but not fast enough. They didn't take their shoes off? Yeah, no, they're terrible, aren't they? They have a similar thing, Kazan? What is that thing in Kazan? I don't know, like, I only have impressions about the game. I've never, not actually. Yeah. Everybody knows that in a real Japanese game, the shoes must teleport off their feet indoors. Yes. It has a passive ability you unlock called Blowback, I believe. It's a really quick attack done in between parries, similar to how double countersparking is. Nice. So it's just a passive, it happens. So like if you keep parrying, you'll automatically do an attack, or is it like something you have to intentionally do as we do in Ronin? You have to intentionally do it, so it is very similar to the... So it's like almost a one-to-one for the double counterspark we're talking about. I was just confused because I heard you say passive, so I'm just like, oh, it just happens. Rather than we are, like, we push a button. That doesn't feel like it flows well. But you have to unlock it in a skill tree. Okay, I mean, if it's one-to-one, okay, same thing. That's really cool. Alright, oof. How to defeat Home Invader in Japan. Get a closet to block their path. They are doomed if the toe hit the closet. Or just put a bunch of Lego blocks all over the floor. What? I'm so confused. Alright, who else do I want to fight? I think I got... Have I ever stepped on a Lego block before? I have, and I live to tell the tale. Barefooted dude, it hurts so badly.
Oh my god.
I see, you're just talking about home invaders have to take off their shoes. So they're barefoot. Bare. Okay. That was a lot of learning on Shinpachi. I don't want to overdo it. Dude, I don't want to overload my... I better be careful about overloading my brain. Yeah, he'll be tough. Or just dry breadcrumbs. Those would do the trick. Nice crunch so you even get a nice audio warning. That's hilarious, dude. Alright, Sozo will be a good one. Oh, that works too perfectly. That works really well.
俺たち赤包隊だ。
How'd you miss? I'm right here. Kazan is pretty fire. Only drawback for me is no jump attack, stance switching, and not feeling as free as Ronin. Oh, okay. That's a shame. Dojo and Ruli area camp is also not fun fighting him on that long slope. Yeah, I don't like fighting him on that long slope. It gets very aggravating. Fight him on that. Spear is cool, but it feels kind of one-dimensional. You have a few hours on Spear, okay. Chicken Burrito, your first rule for ARPGs, find the biggest weapon ASAP.
ずご一心をなす。
Oh, I could have gotten, let's see, how many more points? 1,500 points? That would have been cool. Well, that took a while. The bosses are really fun and well made. They always stick to the script, making their sequences easier to learn and no hit. Nice. Okay.
真に平等な世を作るのは俺たち赤報隊だ。 俺はくじけん。必ずご一心をなす。
Yeah, I need a little break. Okay, so what's very interesting for me on Sozo is that there are actually quite a few strings I can fit in double Counterspark. What the fuck? That just changes so much. I remember when I was first learning how to Counterspark him, I was just like, dude, all I'm gonna be able to do is just deflect. And that's it. And this is the most Sekiro-like boss. And now, shit's changing. My perspective on this enemy is changing. I'm like, wait. It's not just me playing defense. I can sneak in an offense. And there's moments I can sneak in even more offense. Yo, that's cool. Double Counterspark here and there. I'm just calling it double Counterspark. Double Counterspark here and there with, like, there's some moments where I have to Counterspark more than ever. Anyway, sorry, I got a little distracted. But yeah, like, the pace of the fight now with me learning. So let me put it this way: with me learning how to leverage more of my tools, my combat stuff, I can now switch away from playing more defensively to much more offensively. And that makes a massive difference in terms of like my enjoyment of the fight. So yes, there will be some intense moments where like I am going to focus on countersparking defensively. But rather than me feeling like I'm just waiting my turn, which it kind of can feel like that on Sozo, I'm instead looking for a moment to punish him while he's trying to go all out. And what I noticed with this enemy compared to, say, Shinpachi, is that he doesn't really have hyper armor. Which means I can probably get away with a lot if I'm really smart with how I play. I think that's pretty neat. That's cool. Alright, the truth. Yo, look. You don't need to copy paste the same message twice. Yo, seriously, are you like a bot or something? At this point, I'm curious. I'm just gonna read this. I just have from you, don't you ever need spiritual or self-help videos like for ego, attention, moving on from past and thoughts? Tell me so I can be like you too. Look, why are you asking me this? Why are you asking me this on a gaming channel? What is your purpose? What is your intention in asking me this? Why do you even want to be like me? No, Lana, no, fuck you, no, no. This is not going to become the new copy pasta. Fuck that, no. Gakis are not co-opting this shit. No, stop. No, just, no. No, I can't. I fucking can't. Look, Lana, I've been taking your advice about not getting my HP to 0. It's been helping me out so far, okay? Amber, I don't know what's happening. I'm dead. I'm fucking dead. This is why I just play video games. You guys, fuck this. Fuck this. No. Just no. Just chat. Why? Farseer, that's even worse. Fuck you, Farseer. No, Farseer, no. Just, oh my god. I'm with Amber. Please. No. I'm done. You know, just to spite chat for this shit. I'm just gonna answer the original question. Do I ever need spiritual or self-help videos? The answer is no. I don't need them for ego, attention, moving on from past and thoughts. I don't need it. Ironically, I teach people this shit. Or I have anyway. How to move on from the past and thoughts, resolve it in the present, and pave the way for a better future. That's it. Everyone has needs. That's fine. It's just, what will you do to get them? Are you going to trash on other people? If so, that's a fucking problem. That's it. That's all there is. Chat, you guys, this is just awful. No. Just chat. No, I can't. So Lana's now saying a serious comment, something of actual contributive value. I just watched the last load video. You both make me want to become good at Rise of the Ronin. Thanks. Games look so much more fun when you're good at it. Oh yeah, that's what I really appreciate about this game. Is that like, the better I get at it, the more fun it becomes. Unlike other games where the better I become, sometimes what happens is everything becomes just like kind of trivialized and easier. Like, of course there'll be a point where everything becomes super easy, but like, what I enjoy about Team Ninja games is that there's effectively no ceiling on how creative one can play. And then that just makes so much more of a dynamic experience. Look, you chat, listen to Amber. Listen to Amber, okay? Amber, that's the person you want to listen to right now. But gaming channels about video games. And like, I'm fine with talking about some philosophy and general ways of behaving, human behavior. That's like shit I've gotten paid for, like good money. So if you want that, pay me. What is this? Some kind of Rise of the Ronin? Okay, you know what? Fuck this. I'm just playing the game. Y'all, chat, you are emotionally banned. All of you. All of you instigating this. I know Lana, right? It feels like they have that.
ずご一心をな
Chat.
す
Chat. Chat. Stop. Stop.
真に平等な世を作るのは俺たち赤報隊だ
I imagine the game developers probably have like enough of an understanding of like how to just create great games. I don't know if they necessarily need to be like super astute, but I think they probably play tested enough possibilities to make it work. Who's the most anime-like boss in Rise of the Ronin? The most over-the-top looking moves? I think Sozo has a lot of over-the-top moves. Who I think is over-the-top? No. Kind of. I think Blue Demon has quite a few. It's kind of up there. Seto is literally up there. Yes, definitely up there. Takamori Saigo is another spicy one. But as anime as possible, I think it's Ryoma. I think it might be Ryoma. I think he might be number 1. I think Ryoma, Yoshinobu is another one. So, oh my god. See, I was getting to Soji. Soji's another one. Kaishikatsu, yeah. I think Hajime Saito, Soji Okita, he kind of has anime moves. He has all the quick draw stuff, but... Blade... Okay, so Blade Twin... Honestly, that's so difficult because there's quite a few. Blade Twin has a bunch. Shogun has a bunch. Izo has a bunch of cool ones. Gensai has a bunch. Even the one-eyed assassin. Him, of course. Yes, him. Kind of. Soji, yes. I feel like Ryoma, though, because he can shoot he shoots his guns, and then he, like, those bullets just, like, curve. And they ricochet, and they can hit, his bullets can hit you from behind, and you're like, what the hell? Yeah. Soji, of course, has like so many cool anime moves, 100%. Hajime Saito's pretty cool. Yeah, that's what I would say. There's a lot of them. Kaishikatsu for sure. He has such great presence. It's pretty fun. Ryoma uses those Australian bullets. Yes, yes he does. Oh. Bruh. Just shy of 10,000. Ooh, I could have gotten nearly 1,000 more points too. I can probably get close to 11k. And the Shogun tips hat. Nice. You guys are silly. Yeah, I didn't do so hot there. Bro, what?
事件必ずご一心をなす。
I think I'm gonna take a little breather. Sozo the Edgeog, what? What was Wolong's third DLC ending? I have no recollection of that.
Koko, ちゃんと掃除はしている? I remember I was disappointed with the final boss and had a fun time with the wonderful ending. I just don't remember what it was. Look at us, just chilling with cats. This is a nice time. Power of God, anime, and friendship save the day in the end. Oh no. Oh no. It's scary. How many Curseblade Moromasas am I gonna get? Okay. That was the ending of Wolong. Oh boy. Alright, bringing the cursor back on. I'm kinda tired. I think I'm gonna call it here for today. I'm honestly a little tired. Having to learn all this stuff is pretty taxing on me. Ugh. The real Wolongs, the friends we made along the way. Touché, touché. Oh, alright. Well, that was some good learning. The dojo has been excellent for me to practice these strings. So I'll keep doing that. As opposed to like rushing into midnight. Because, yeah, dojo's pretty handy for that. Anyway, I'm gonna dip. Thank you guys so much for being here. And I will see everyone later. Take care and bye.